Hello guys, we are back with our next lecture. In this lecture, let us go through the next type of clustering methodology, that is nothing but a density based method, guys. Okay, so here based on density the whole game, sorry, okay, so here based on density the whole game will work, guys. So basically if there are multiple points at a particular place, we will be calling it as a high denser place, right? So this could be a cluster, right? So in that way we will be designing the clusters, guys. So based on densities we will be designing it. So if the density is greater than the minimum count which we need, we'll be making it as a cluster in that way. So you might not be having a clear idea now, but when we are going through the DBSCAN method in this lecture, you'll be having a clear idea, guys. Don't worry, okay? So this algorithm is simply based on the concept of density, okay? So if a clusters are created by using the density of neighbors objects, then it is called as a DBSCAN. So basically based on density, if we are building the clusters, that is a DBSCAN. Whereas optical, we are having two methods, guys. Those are nothing but DBSCAN and optics. So whereas optics is a density based which generates an enhanced order of a collections structure. So basically DBSCAN is a clustering algorithm, whereas optics is not a clustering algorithm, guys. It is just an ordering algorithm. So we'll be discussing about DBSCAN now and optics in the next lecture, guys. Okay, so let us start discussion about DBSCAN. So your first question will be, is there any full form for DBSCAN? Yes, the truth is yes, and we are having the full form, and the full form is a density based spatial clustering of application with noise. So basically you will be getting a clear idea about this algorithm, guys. So don't get scared by the name, okay? Yes. So basically here you will be using some terms, guys. Which terms you should know, right? Yes, I'll be going through the terms also, don't worry, okay? So let us start. Okay, so works with the concept of density and works better in some cases than k-mean and k-mid. So we discussed about k-mean and k-mid already, right? Yes. So in some situations we can say DBSCAN is better than them also, because in them we are calculating multiple values again and again and again and again, right? So those things will not be occurring here. So that is the advantage here, guys. Okay, similarly here density is the number of points located in a particular area. So basically I told you, right? So if there are multiple points at a particular area, then we'll be saying that that area is denser, right? Yes. So here we use some terminology. Please concentrate, guys. I hope everyone is concentrating. So the first terminology is nothing but epsilon, guys. So epsilon is nothing but the radius, guys. Okay, so here we use some terminology. Each point has a radius that is nothing but epsilon, and inside that we draw a circle. So basically if this is the point and if I told epsilon is the radius, you can draw a circle, right? Yes. So once you draw a circle from a point, if we pass the minimum count, so basically we will be having the second term that is nothing but a minimum point count, guys. So if the minimum point count is given as 3, and inside this circle if there are 3 items or 3 points including the original point, then this is called as a core point, guys. Please remember the terminology, guys. Okay, yes. So whenever here we give minimum as 3 and here we are having almost 5 points, guys, hence this is a core point. Okay, yes. So that's what I have written here clearly. Okay, so let us continue. If a point is not a core point but inside epsilon radius, we have a core point. So basically here let us take this as an example, guys. Okay, so here we are having a point with a huge circle. Okay, so our minimum count is 4, assume in that way, but here we are having only 3 elements. Okay, but this element's radius, okay, so this element, assume in that way this is the center, guys. Okay, so assume in that way, guys. Okay, or let us keep here. Okay, assume that this is the center, and inside this circle we are having multiple things, right? Yes. So we are having almost 5. So this is a passing and this is a core point, right? Yes. So if you take this point's radius might not cover many points, right? Yes. So this kind of points which are not satisfying the core point but which is a part of a core point, like inside core point only it is there. So those points are called as a boundary points, guys. Okay, similarly if it is not following any of the condition, it is not core point, it is not boundary point, then those are called as noise points. Okay, so now let us go through a real-time example which I have drawn here. Okay, yes. So here we are having multiple radiuses and I have drawn the circles also, right? So if you take this point as an example, this is the circle. Our minimum count we gave, I think I did not write here. So minimum count assume in that way as 3, guys. Okay, yes. So here we are having only 2. Hence this point will be a boundary point, guys. Whereas if we come here, here the radius is in this way, right? Yes. And we are having 3 points inside which is satisfying. Hence this is a core point. As this is a core point and this is inside this is a boundary point, guys, right? So I think first identify the core points, then move to boundary points, guys. Okay, yes. As this is the core point, this is the boundary point. Okay, let us continue. This point. So this circle is from here to here, right? Yes. So again in this also we are having 3 points. So hence this is also a core point, guys. Whereas if you come here we are having only 2 points, but the second point is nothing but a core point, right? Yes, hence it is a boundary point. So basically core points are nothing but if it is satisfying minimum count, it is core point. If it is not satisfying minimum count and if inside its radius, if there is a core point, it is called as boundary point. If none of them is satisfied like this, it is a solo point or noise point, right? Yes. So I hope everyone got a clear idea about the terminology, right? Yes. So whenever you get some inputs, as here it is a unsupervised learning, right? So you will be plotting them. So whenever you reach a threshold in a particular radius, you will be forming a cluster. In that way it will be working, guys. Okay, yes. So I hope everyone got a clear idea, right? Yes. So the advantages here is nothing but DBSCAN can find the arbitrarily shaped cluster. So basically there is no fixed shape or fixed circle like that, right? Yes. So the order of the point in the database is insensitive. Okay, so basically the order of the inputs is also no issue, and handling of noise and outlier is possible here. Okay, and the disadvantages here are it cannot perform well on large data density, guys. So if the data is too large, it is a bit complex, and identifying the value of epsilon and d minimum is a confusion, guys, because we cannot say, right? So we cannot judge them, right? Yes. So not suitable when the scenarios are density involved. So basically this is also an issue, right? Yes. So I hope everyone got some basic idea. So in the next lecture we will be going through the optics, which will avoid this thing, guys. Okay, yes. So let us meet in the next lecture and discuss about optics. Okay, thank you, thanks for watching.